Howdy y'all, Fuzzy Biker here, Baxter Cycle in the mighty metropolis of Marnie, Iowa. Look what we have to ride today. That is a brand new Royal Enfield Shotgun 650. Got all kinds of ads on it, but I really want to point out, brand new AEW slip-on pipes. Check that out. Wow, the baffles are out of it too. You know what? Let's gear up and go for a ride. I like it already. Hey, exhaust pipe alley. AEW slip-on pipes from BaxterCycle.com. They just got them in. Let's see what we can do here. Fabulous, fabulous. I like it. They're certainly lighter. The bike does seem peppier, but where are the mirrors? Oh, there they are. But that's probably because of the noise. Oh yeah, it's probably, yeah, it might have some effect. Look at this, turns like a dream. 1465 millimeter wheelbase. I think that's 57.7 inches. Oh, it sings good. Wow, this thing pops. Oh, we gotta go on the road for this one. Too much fun, too much fun. Let's go to town just for the fun of it. Beautiful. You guys see that bird? Kamikaze bird? You know what? I do remember this motorcycle now. I did a video on this. I rode it to Ames and back about 250 miles one day. That was when it was still a shop bike. I remember the mirrors. That's what's bringing it back, and the color, of course. It ran well then. It's running better now. This is now owned by a fellow from down by Kansas City somewhere. Very kind of him to let me borrow it. The handling on these things is superb, very Interceptor-like. The seating position is very aggressive. You lean forward, your knees feel like they might be slightly lower than your hips, and your feet are straight down from your knees. Boy, the sound is awesome. I love these pipes. You do have to reach towards the bar a little bit, but not too much, and it gives you that kind of over the handlebar feel. Those mirrors really add a lot to the look of the bike, but there's something you got to get used to. The motorcycle itself does handle well. It's got 43 millimeter forks in the front with about, they're inverted forks, upside down, with about 4.7 inches of travel, about 120 millimeters of travel on the front. The rear is a dual shock system. I think they're a different shock than the Super Meteor. I think they actually have a different part number and everything, and a different amount of travel. These have about 90 millimeters of travel, about 3.5 inches. Boy, she sings a really sweet song. Really sweet song. Me gusta mucho. Really pops. Playtime. You know, look at that. Just very quick to move, very good handling, very light. That's pretty darn good for a bike that weighs 530 pounds, about 240 kilograms. That's with a full tank of gas. I am starting to get used to the mirrors. Seat height is 31.3 inches. I think that is 795 millimeters. Whoa! That is an excellent sounding pipe. Very nice bike. Very nice bike. You know, the seat on this, one of the things I found out when I rode this to Ames and back was that it's a very comfortable bike. The seat looks small, but yet it's got a lot of play. You can go forward and it feels like a small seat. You're center of the bike, more of the balance. You get going down the road, you can lean back. There's actually quite a bit of room, slide back, I mean, and lean forward more and put more of your weight over the bars. Some friends and I just went on a 700-mile bike ride. One of the guys was riding a shotgun with his stock seat on it, and he said it performed well. He was comfortable the whole time. The engine on this hot rod is a 648cc air-cooled, oil-cooled parallel twin with a 270-degree crank, single overhead cam, 4 valves per cylinder, with a wonderful 6-speed transmission. The engine in stock form puts out about 47 horsepower and about 39 foot-pounds of torque, about 52, 53 newton meters. Royal Enfield has got it down with a 650 engine, transmission, and clutch combination. And then these new grips and levers that they've got on, they give your hand a lot more comfort on the lever, and you feel like you have more range. You have more control over the range you have. Still trying to get used to these mirrors. The engine produces about 85% or 90% of its torque at about 3,000 RPM, so it always seems like it's in the right gear. I think they've given it a slightly different tune. The throttle response seems to be different than the older Interceptors or GTs. Maybe a little better range on it for some reason. Maybe it's because of the Euro 5 standard. They had to change everything up. The handling, I've got a Super Meteor myself which has the same loop frame as this one, but I think it has a different rake angle. And this bike has an 18-inch front tire where the Super Meteor has a 19-inch front tire, and you can really tell the difference. I mean, this has a lot different handling than the Super Meteor does. The back tire on the Super Meteor is a 16, where I believe this one is a 17. Both are 150 width. Tubeless tires on aluminum wheels. I'm really sold on the sound. Very nice. I wonder if I can get these pipes for my Moto Guzzi. Other ads that this bike has. He's got the bar end mirrors. We can see that plainly. He's got the crash bars. Does not have the wide foot pegs. Come on, Josh, what's going on? He's got the military bags on the back. I like those a lot. Of course, the wonderful AEW pipes. I bet this is one of the first ones to have those on there. First shotguns in the USA anyway. Boy, it sounds fabulous. Oh, that is music to the ears. Wow. So it's got the Oculus Speedo here. So the analog speedo on the outside. It's got this little LCD in the center. That's got the fuel gauge on the top. Always visible clock, always visible gear indicator. Then down here in the bottom, it's got the odometer. And using this button over here, you can go to trip A, trip B, back to odometer. The switch gear is pretty standard. Information button over here, pass to flash button, low beam, high beam, blinkers, horn. On the other side, we've got a kill switch, a run switch, and a start switch on a rocker. And then of course the hazard lights. Got these amazing levers with a good dog leg in them. They're wide through this part here, narrow this way, and they've got a wonderful radius on them. And on this bike they're adjustable. Actually one of my favorite levers right now. Hey look, Showa forks on the front. I think the rear shocks are Showa on this bike. I think the Super Meteor they're not, but on this one they are. 320 millimeter disc on the front with a dual piston Bibury caliper. Excellent brakes, ABS of course. On the rear, now here's a good one, it's a 300 millimeter disc with a dual piston Bibury caliper. There are motorcycles out there that do not have that on the front. So this bike has got fabulous brakes. I love the styling of this motorcycle too. That's another difference between this and the Super Meteor. Every piece of bodywork on this bike, besides being made out of metal, is different from the Super Meteor. The front fender is different, the rear fender is different, the gas tank's different, the side covers are different, and it's got this aluminum nacelle on the front. Very good looking front end. Atlantic, Iowa, the town we are in, is the Coca-Cola capital of the state. I think this is where all the Coca-Cola is bottled. Let's drive down here and see what we can spot here. Look at all these Coca-Cola trucks, and now there's another parking lot on the other side that's probably much fuller, but look at all this stuff. Bike handles well on gravel, I'll give it that. Hey, we're in an industrial area. Let's just kind of go explore, huh? That's the railroad. Those are probably tanks of corn syrup or ethanol, one of the two. Iowa's a big corn state, the biggest corn state, I believe. Hey, somebody's dog got loose. You know what? I think I'm going to go park this hot rod, and we'll get the other camera out and take a quick look at this thing. I just love the way this thing looks. You know, everything from the upside down forks, this little guard over the forks, the way the fenders are, this nacelle on the headlight. I love this angled piece here. Of course, the upside down forks, already mentioned that. Little texture on there if you feel that. That very muscular looking tank. Side covers with the angles on it again, more angles, you know, a little more angular than the Super Meteor. These dark covers, dark engine, gloss black, flat black. dark pipes, including the brand new AEW pipes in the end. I like the way the seat is. It's a very comfortable seat. You can get an add-on back seat. I think it comes with it, actually. The guy had taken it off. Or Baxter's had taken off. Again, the angular fender in the back. Just a gorgeous thing. And of course, look at the wheels. Let's look at the front one. Very unique design. Each bike seems to have its own. I like the way that looks. Gorgeous, gorgeous. You know, and everything's metal. Even this foil filter guard. Oh, I didn't mention this. There is a sump guard on there too. They put that on as an extra. Very well done motorcycle. If y'all are interested in something like this, a new or used Royal Enfield Triumph Classic British bike of any type, need parts, accessories, doodads, thingamajigs, sweet googly woogly, anything at all, get yourself over to the mighty Minitropolis of Marnie, Iowa, or go to baxtercycle.com. Tell those fine folks that Fuzzy Biker sent you. Now it's a great day out, and I've got a wonderful motorcycle to go ride, and I'm going to do it. Y'all do the same, my friends. Wahoo!